My children, few will remain until the very last second. And if you are still here now, it reveals much about who you are, not by chance nor by merit in the eyes of the world, but because your spirit recognized this calling before your mind tried to doubt. You didn't arrive here by mistake, nor did you stay out of curiosity. Something brought you here with intention and care. So don't scroll down and don't turn away yet. Stay with me just a little longer. I speak to you as a mother who knows when her child is ready. I don't ask permission nor demand belief. I came because the time is right. I see the weariness you hide in the repetition of days. I perceive how you continue functioning even when inside you feel sensitive and exposed. You have learned to endure in silence, to smile when expected, to answer when called, but deep down you carry a persistent feeling that something is left unfinished, something that calls you beyond mere survival. That is why you are here. Many will hear and feel nothing. They will leave quickly, bothered by the quiet, resistant to the truth. But the chosen ones feel a pause within, a slight tightness in their chest, a serene voice that whispers to stay because this is for you, and that voice has accompanied you for longer than you imagine. Perhaps that's why your path has seemed heavier than others, why effort hasn't always yielded reward, why you were the one who cared the most, waited the longest, believed the most, my son. The chosen ones are not spared from struggles. They receive the mission to overcome them. What others abandoned, you sustained. What others hardened, you endured, keeping your heart open. That alone says everything about you. I was with you during the times you prefer to forget, during the rejections you never told anyone about, during the murmured prayers without certainty of being heard. I heard them. When words failed, I understood the tears. Even when your faith seemed small, it was enough. A minimal faith still moves mountains, even when the one who carries it feels fragile. Don't confuse delay with refusal, nor silence with abandonment. Doors didn't open because they would have hurt you. Bonds broke because they couldn't keep up with the destiny that awaited you. Losses that seemed cruel only brought relief. Burdens you weren't born to carry for so long. Everything works together for the good of those who love God, even when the meaning doesn't appear immediately. Stay with me. I know the urge to leave grows. That's fear trying to regain control. It doesn't want you to hear what's coming now, but you need to. How many times have you felt alone, even surrounded by people, different even among those who loved you? That was never a flaw, it was a sign. You weren't made to blend in anywhere. You were separated before you even understood why. The chosen ones are separated early, not to be isolated, but to protect what was being formed within them. Now it may seem that nothing changes. The days repeat themselves. The effort seems in vain. Hope seems risky. But in the invisible realm, the movement has already begun. The alignments are adjusting. What doesn't belong is being removed. What held you back is losing strength. You may not realize it yet, but you will suddenly feel it, calmly and undeniably. Some who ignored you will be confused by your firmness. Others who doubted will notice a strength that they can't explain it. It's not revenge or vanity. It's so that you understand once and for all that you were never forgotten, you were being prepared. Now I ask you sweetly and firmly to release the voices that said you were too much or too little. Abandon the comparison that drained you. Let go of the fear that insists on saying you arrived too late. There is a time for everything, and yours is not late. It is aligned. You were created with purpose, molded with care, known even before receiving a name. Nothing you have lived through has disqualified you. On the contrary, it has marked you. The cracks you see are exactly where the light entered. If you are still here, then yes, you are one of the chosen ones, not because of perfection, but because you remained sensitive in a harsh world, because you continued listening when so many became numb, because even now a part of you still believes that something greater is possible even without knowing how. So don't give up now, don't close yourself off inside. My beloved children, I have been calling for you in silence and tenderness, day after day, because my mother's heart perceives the weariness of your souls. Come to me before the weight of the world hardens your hearts and extinguishes the sensitivity to good. Not because time is running out due to fear, but because many have turned away from the source that gives meaning, peace, and direction to life. The world, my children, is wounded. I see divided homes, confused hearts, choices made without love, and paths trodden without God. The chaos and destruction you perceive are born not only from visible events, but from the forgetting of faith, the loss of hope, and the lack of trust in love from the Father. When man distances himself from God, everything around him begins to crumble, little by little. That is why I call you, not to accuse you, but to welcome you, not to condemn you, but to teach you again the path of light. Be stronger, my children, not through hardness of heart, but through firmness of faith. True strength is born when you choose good even amidst trials, when you remain faithful even surrounded by doubts, when you love even when wounded. Have faith. Faith is the anchor that sustains the soul when storms rise. It is what illuminates the mind when everything seems confused and what sustains the heart when fear tries to dominate. Do not allow the noise of the world to silence the voice of God within you. Set aside time for reflection, for sincere conversion, for the return to the spiritual life that many have postponed. I walk with you. I cover you with my maternal care when you decide to take a step towards the light. Do not be afraid to start again. Do not be afraid to abandon what separates you from God. There is still time to choose love, faith, and hope. Many of you walk carrying burdens you shouldn't carry alone, trying to be strong only with your own strength, while your hearts weaken and hope becomes fragile. Come to me, my children, before weariness makes you believe there is no way out. The world you live in has become noisy, confused, and wounded. There is destruction in nations, divisions in families, and a growing emptiness in hearts. The chaos you see is not only external, it also seeps into the mind and soul when faith is set aside. Many no longer know whom to trust, nor where to look, and therefore get lost on paths that promise much but deliver only pain and disillusionment. I call you because there is still time. There is still time to turn your gaze to God, to restore what has been broken, to rebuild life on firm foundations. Don't think you need to be perfect to approach me. I welcome you as you are, with your flaws, doubts, and weaknesses. The Father's love does not reject a heart that repents and desires to start over. Be stronger, my children, but understand, the strength I ask of you is not the strength of pride or hardness, but the strength of perseverance, faithfulness, and trust in God. To be strong is to remain in good when everything invites evil. It is to choose forgiveness when resentment seems easier. It is to keep faith alive when circumstances try to extinguish it. Have faith even when you don't understand events. Faith does not eliminate trials, but it gives them meaning. It sustains you in dark days and prevents you from giving up when the path seems too long. Do not let fear rule your hearts, for fear paralyzes, confuses, and distances you from the truth. Where there is faith, light finds space to act. Look at your homes, my children. Many homes are weakened because God has been left aside. Reclaim love, dialogue, respect, and spiritual life within your homes. A home founded on God becomes a refuge amidst the storms of the world. Even if everything around seems to crumble, those who build their lives on faith will not be defeated. Do not be deceived by the false promises of this world, which offer happiness without sacrifice and pleasure without responsibility. These promises are fleeting and leave deep wounds in the soul. True peace is born from union with God, from a clear conscience, and from a life lived in love. I walk beside you, even when you do not perceive me. I envelop you with my maternal care when you choose good, when you rise after falling, when you decide not to give up. Every step towards the light is seen. Every sincere effort is welcomed. My children, turn to God with confidence. Strengthen your faith, nourish your hope, and do not let the chaos of the world extinguish the light that dwells within you. Even though times are difficult, God's love remains steadfast, and those who trust in Him will never walk alone. Come to me, hear this call that springs from a mother's love. There is a path of restoration, peace, and new life for all who choose faith. My beloved children, my mother's heart aches as I contemplate a world sinking into wars, violence, and evil. I see nations rising against one another, brothers wounding brothers, and hearts hardened by hatred, pride, and lack of love. All this is the fruit of turning away from God, the loss of holy fear, and the forgetting that life must be guided by light and not by darkness. In light of this, I call you, come to me, my children. Approach with confidence, for a mother never abandons those she loves. Do not allow evil to find space in your lives, nor allow it to infiltrate your homes, your families, and your hearts. Evil enters when faith weakens, when prayer is set aside, and when love is replaced by indifference. Come to me to learn again to trust in God. Come to me to strengthen your souls, to find refuge when the world seems to crumble. Many of you live surrounded by fear, anxiety, and anguish because you allow news of chaos to govern your thoughts. Do not feed your hearts with despair, but with faith, for faith protects, sustains, and illuminates. My children, take care of your families. The home is the first place the enemy tries to wound. When dialogue, forgiveness, and unity are lacking, evil finds openings. Close these doors with love, with faithfulness to God, and with a firm spiritual life. A home consecrated to good becomes a fortress against all the evil that spreads throughout the world. Do not let yourselves be carried away by the hatred that grows around you. Hatred destroys from within even before it hurts the other. Choose love even when it demands sacrifice. Choose peace even when the world encourages war. Choose God even when many reject Him. I walk with you, my children. I cover you with my maternal care when you decide to remain in goodness. I sustain you when your strength seems to fail, and I intercede for every family that seeks to live in the light. Do not fear those who spread destruction, for light is always stronger than darkness. The world you see before your eyes is sinking into wars, violence, and evils that deeply wound the human soul. These are not only conflicts between nations, but silent battles that take place within hearts. Goodness being forgotten, love being replaced by selfishness, truth being exchanged for confusion. All this weighs on humanity and causes many to lose hope. That is why I call you with such insistence. Come to me, my children. Draw near to my maternal heart so that evil finds no space in your lives, nor reaches your families. When the heart distances itself from God, it becomes vulnerable. When faith weakens, darkness tries to advance. But where there is trust, humility with sincere devotion and pursuit of good, evil cannot remain. I see many homes being affected by fear, division, and lack of love. I see families wounded by harsh words, thoughtless choices, and the absence of God in daily life. Take care of your homes, my children. Protect what has been entrusted to you. A home sustained by faith becomes a safe haven even when the world around turns into a storm. Do not let the violence that grows in the world inhabit your thoughts. Do not nourish your hearts with hatred, revenge, or despair. These are open doors for evil to act silently. Choose, every day, the path of peace, gentleness, and forgiveness. These choices seem small, but they build spiritual walls that protect the soul and the family. My children, many walk without direction because they have lost the meaning of life. They seek security in fleeting things and end up even more empty. Turn to God, for only in Him does the soul find true rest. Do not be seduced by the false promises of this world, which offer momentary pleasure and leave deep wounds in the heart. Come to me when you feel weak. Come when fear tries to dominate your thoughts. A mother does not reject a child who approaches with a sincere heart. I welcome you, comfort you, and lead you back to the path of light. Even when everything seems dark, there is a light that does not go out for those who trust. Evil tries to enter little by little through indifference, lack of vigilance, and forgetfulness of God. Be attentive, my children. Take care of what you allow into your homes, your conversations, and your hearts. Spiritual vigilance is not born of fear, but of love and the desire to remain in good. I walk with you in every step taken towards the light. I sustain those who choose to remain faithful even in difficult times. Do not be afraid of what happens in the world, for nothing is greater than the love of God. Darkness will never overcome those who remain firm in faith and trust. Come to me, my children. Protect your lives and your families with choices that lead to peace. Strengthen your hearts, Renew your faith, and do not let the evil that spreads throughout the world steal the hope that God has planted in you. My maternal care will never abandon you, and those who remain in good will never walk alone. Pray, my children, not as an empty habit, but as a sincere encounter with God, where the heart opens and the soul finds strength. Prayer is the safe refuge when the world becomes confusing and when evil tries to approach your lives silently. Seek the protection of Saint Michael the Archangel, faithful defender, he who remains firm in the face of spiritual battles and does not allow darkness to advance where there is faith. Ask for his protection with confidence, for he guards those who wish to remain in the light and fight for good. Where Saint Michael is invoked with true faith, evil finds no dwelling place. My children, many dangers are not visible to the eyes, but they deeply wound the spirit. These are thoughts of discouragement, feelings of hatred, divisions within homes, and choices that distance the heart from God. That is why I ask you, watch, pray, and strengthen your spiritual life. A heart that prays is not easily lost, and a family that seeks the protection of heaven does not walk alone. Come to me, my beloved children. Approach me without fear, with your pains, your frailties, and your daily struggles. A mother does not demand perfection. She welcomes, cares for, and guides. I envelop you with my maternal care when you place yourselves before God with humility and trust. In my heart there is room for each of you. Do not allow evil to fall upon your lives through spiritual distraction and estrangement from God. Protect your homes with attitudes of love, forgiveness, and faith. Where there is prayer, fear loses its power. Where there is trust in God, darkness dissipates. My children, these are difficult times, and many are overcome by despair. But you were not called to live in fear. You were called to live in light, in hope, and in faithfulness. Even amidst trials, remain steadfast, for heaven never abandons those who trust. Come to me, my beloved children. Seek refuge, strength, and protection. Walk with faith, invoke the help of heaven, and keep your hearts in goodness. I am with you, interceding, protecting, and guiding every step of those who choose to remain in the light. My beloved children, children of my maternal heart, I approach you with tenderness and firmness, like a mother who sees the dangers on the path and wishes to protect her children before they are hurt. Pray, my children, for prayer keeps the soul awake and the heart vigilant. When you pray, even in silence, heaven opens and light finds space to act in your lives. A heart that prays is not easily lost, even when the world around seems confusing and threatening. Seek the protection of Saint Michael the Archangel, faithful defender of good, warrior of light who remains steadfast before the forces that try to separate you from God. He was chosen to protect, guard, and combat everything that tries to destroy faith, peace, and the unity of homes. When you trust in this protection, you do not walk alone in the invisible battles that many face daily. My children, evil often does not present itself clearly. It approaches little by little, through discouragement, lack of hope, divisions, coldness in love, and distancing from spiritual life. Therefore, I ask you, be attentive. Take care of what feeds your thoughts, what enters your homes, and what occupies your hearts. Vigilance is born from love for God and the sincere desire to remain in the light. Come to me, my dear children, not only when all is lost, but now, while there is still time to strengthen faith and protect the soul. In my maternal heart, there is shelter for each of you. I know your struggles, your falls, your fears, and your doubts. Nothing you experience is indifferent to me. A mother never abandons herself when her child needs care. Protect your families. My children, home is a precious gift and, at the same time, a spiritual battleground. Where dialogue, forgiveness, and love are lacking, evil tries to take root. Strengthen your homes with simple but faith-filled attitudes. Respect, patience, humility, and trust in God. A home founded on goodness becomes a fortress that no storm can bring down. Do not let yourselves be dominated by the fear that spreads throughout the world. Fear weakens faith and paralyzes the soul. You have been called to live in trust, even in difficult times. Trust in God does not eliminate trials, but it gives strength to overcome them without losing hope. My children, when strength seems to fail, remember, heaven does not abandon those who seek to remain in goodness. Every step taken with sincerity, every effort not to give up, every choice made in favor of love is seen and welcomed. Even when you do not realize it, there is constant protection surrounding those who trust. Come to me, my beloved children. Approach with humility, strengthen your spiritual life, and seek the protection that heaven offers. Remain steadfast, for the light is stronger than any darkness. I walk with you, I intercede for you, and I envelop you with my maternal care, so that no evil may befall your lives and your families, and so that your hearts may remain guarded in peace and faith. My beloved children, in the face of what is happening in the world, my mother's heart is saddened to see how many have sunk into wars, violence, and evils that generate only destruction, pain, and loss of meaning. I see wounded peoples, divided families, and hearts hardened by hatred and lack of love. All this is the fruit of a world that has turned away from God and forgotten the value of life, mercy, and peace. But I tell you, my children, do not let yourselves be dragged down by this current of darkness. Come to me, approach with confidence, for a mother never abandons her children in difficult times. Even when everything seems to crumble, there is a path of light for those who choose to believe and remain steadfast in faith. Many are lost because they allow fear to rule their hearts. Fear weakens, confuses, and gives evil room to act. Therefore, I ask you, have faith. Faith is not the absence of problems, but the certainty that God walks with you through them. It is faith that sustains you when the news is frightening and when the future seems uncertain. My children, do not nourish your hearts with the hatred that spreads throughout the world. Hatred corrodes the soul and destroys everything it touches. Choose love even when it demands renunciation. Choose forgiveness even when the wound is deep. These silent choices build a spiritual barrier that protects your lives and your families. Come to me when you feel weak. Come when hope seems distant. I welcome you, comfort you, and lead you back to the presence of God. Do not think you are alone or forgotten. Every tear is seen, every pain is known, every sincere heart is cared for. Take care of your homes, my children. A home founded on faith becomes a refuge amidst the chaos of the world. Strengthen unity, dialogue, and love within your homes. Where God is remembered and honored, evil finds no space to remain. Even in times of war and destruction, the light has not been extinguished. It remains alive in the hearts that choose faith, hope, and good. Do not let yourselves be overcome by discouragement. Victory belongs to those who persevere, even when the path is difficult. Come to me, my children. Have faith, remain steadfast, and do not lose hope. God's love is greater than any evil, and those who trust in Him will never walk alone. I am with you, as a mother, guiding, protecting, and sustaining every step of those who choose to remain in the light. All this, my children, is not born only from visible weapons, but from the inner war that takes hold when God is left aside. When man turns away from faith, emptiness grows, and in that emptiness evil finds space to act. That is why so many walk lost, without direction, repeating cycles of hatred and destruction that seem endless. But I tell you with tenderness and firmness, do not let yourselves sink along with this wounded world. Come to me, my children. Approach with confidence, for a mother does not close her heart, even when her children stray. In me you will find welcome, guidance, and comfort for difficult times. Have faith, my children. Faith is the light that remains lit when everything around seems dark. It is what sustains the soul when the news frightens, when the future seems uncertain, and when fear tries to dominate the heart. Faith does not immediately change circumstances, but it transforms the inner self, strengthening you not to give up on good. Do not allow the violence of the world to inhabit your thoughts. What you nurture within yourselves grows. If you nurture fear, it weakens you. If you nurture hatred, it corrodes you. Nourish faith, hope, and love, for these virtues build a silent protection around your lives and your families. My children, take care of your hearts. It is there that good or evil finds a dwelling. When the heart closes, evil infiltrates. When the heart opens to God, light enters and remains. Choose every day attitudes that lead to peace, even if they seem small. A gesture of forgiveness, a word of love, a decision not to retaliate are already seeds of light in a wounded world. Come to me when you feel weak. Come when you no longer know how to go on. I know your silent struggles, those that no one sees. I know the weight that many carry in secret. Do not be ashamed to seek refuge. A mother exists for this, to welcome, sustain, and lead back to the safe path. Protect your homes, my children. Home is a precious gift and also a place where faith needs to be nurtured. Where there is love, dialogue, and trust in God, evil does not take root. Even though the world is in times of war, a home founded on faith can be an oasis of peace.